In today's video, I'm going to take a deep dive into TD Ameritrade versus Fidelity. I'll be covering four main categories: their fees, what they offer their customers, how good their customer service is, and their mobile desktop experience. With so many retail investors like you and I entering the market, companies are competing for our business more than ever. If you like companies competing and driving down prices for each other, go ahead and hit that like button, just to prove that you're not a communist. So let's see what these companies are willing to do and not do to earn your business so that you can better decide who to use. Let's jump right in. First up is what people hate most, and that's fees. Fidelity and TD both offer zero commission on stocks and ETFs, and they both charge a flat rate 65 cents per options contract, like many other brokers out there. When it comes to mutual funds, Fidelity has no minimums and no commissions on Fidelity funds, as well as hundreds of other funds. Fidelity also offers zero expense ratio index funds to their clients. If you're interested in these, check out my video on index funds where I go over these and alternatives for non-Fidelity users. TD also offers access to mutual funds from leading fund families. Some are zero commission on the trade, but only if you hold it for at least 180 days. For all you mathematicians out there, that's 6 months. The ones that are not commission free have a flat fee rate of $49.99. TD offers a screener on their website that you can filter by fees so you can figure out which ones you actually want to use and not get dinged with a $50 fee. Let's move on to futures. Fidelity doesn't even offer the option for futures contracts, so they don't have any fees, I guess, technically. TD does offer futures trading and will charge you $2.25 per contract, as well as any other regulatory fees, which is usually like a penny. Speaking of pennies, what about penny stocks, also known as OTCs or over-the-counter stocks? TD will charge you $6.95 per trade of OTCs, while Fidelity won't charge you at all, but they will not let you trade every OTC out there. If the company doesn't have enough information listed, for example, Fidelity won't allow you to trade it. This is more of a protection for you, in my opinion, rather than them trying to limit their customers. Lastly, what happens if you want to switch brokers and transfer your entire account to avoid creating a taxable event by moving to cash and then opening a new account somewhere else and rebuying your entire portfolio? TD will charge you $75 for the privilege of switching to another broker. This is kind of funny to me since most people only really switch brokers entirely if they're upset with them. And this $75 transfer fee is almost like a slap in the face on the way out from a company that you probably aren't really happy with already, but I guess they don't care too much. Fidelity, on the other hand, won't charge you for transferring your account over to another broker. Maybe someone over there is a little bit less spiteful about who their customers use, or maybe haven't gone through as many bad breakups or something, I don't know. For anyone only concerned with stocks, ETFs, and options like me, both of these are great picks. Second thing on the list, let's look at what these two brokers offer their customers in terms of features. First off, like you may have noticed when we talked about fees, TD offers the ability to trade futures while Fidelity doesn't. TD also allows its customers to trade Forex where Fidelity doesn't. This may not be a big deal to most people, but if futures and Forex are your thing, then TD is the best pick for you. This next item is probably more relevant to more people than futures and Forex, and that's the ability to trade fractional shares. Trading fractional shares just means that you can buy portions of stock in whatever fraction your dollar amount buys. This is huge for people who are just starting out and don't have a large sum of money to throw at the market. Some of these larger cap stocks can be several $1,000s a share, and if you're only starting with $5,000, it's probably not a great idea to put, 80-90% of your portfolio into one share of one stock. Fractional shares allow you to buy some of the bigger, more well-known companies on the exchange with the money that you actually have. Fidelity allows for fractional shares for all exchange-listed stocks and ETFs. TD does not currently offer fractional shares of any kind, but since Schwab is buying TD for $26 billion, it's possible that TD might offer fractional shares at some point the same way that Schwab does, which, if you didn't know, they allow fractional shares of stocks listed in the S&P 500. There is no concrete timeline on this, so be sure to do some research and see what the latest is on the acquisition to see if they've kind of merged together at this point in the future. When it comes to cryptocurrency, currently neither TD or Fidelity offer buying and selling crypto. If that's what you want along with your stocks, you should probably go with Webull or maybe Robin. No, don't, just Webull. Who knows though, you should check back with both of these brokers at a later date and see if they're actually offering crypto at some point. Piggybacking off of my recent video on dividends, both of these companies offer what is called a DRIP, or Dividend Reinvestment Program, which allows you to set your dividend producing stocks, mutual funds, or ETFs to automatically reinvest the dividends back into the security so you can take advantage of extra compound growth without having to remember to do so. It just does it for you. If you want to get up to speed on dividend investing, check out the video link below after you finish this one. One other feature to consider is the analytical tools available to TD's and Fidelity's customers. For TD, this program is called Thinkorswim, and for Fidelity, it's called Active Trader Pro. We will talk more about these in a minute, but for now, just know that they have industry standard programs for technical analysis, unlike Robinhood, which all it does well is be simple and sell your information. Lastly, both of these companies offer free research and data for their customers, as well as relevant news and all other things market related on their websites and apps. Third thing on the list is going to be customer service. Customer service is one of those things that no one really cares about until they have a problem. I'm guessing you want something better than just tweeting at the company and hoping someone sees it, because that was kind of happening at one point with one broker in particular. Both Fidelity and TD Ameritrade offer 24/7 live customer service over the phone. With TD, you can also send messages through Facebook Messenger, Twitter, or even just text them. Fidelity has a virtual assistant where you can type questions and get sent to relevant web pages, or it can direct you towards an actual person who can help you better if you need it. They also have a Reddit page where they will answer support questions, or you can just email them if that's your thing. Both TD Ameritrade and Fidelity have physical locations and offer investment advice and customer service in person if you want that. If the in-person thing is something that you're into and you're looking for, be sure to check and see if there is a branch located close to you before you just open an account and throw your entire life savings in there. I will say that from a customer service standpoint, I personally have never had to use either of these options, so I can't give any first-hand accounts of how good or bad they are. The fact that you can call 24/7 or visit a branch is reassuring to me though. But I'm sure if you look hard enough, someone on the internet has a horror story about either one. Now, if they were being a Karen about it in that whole situation is entirely different, so let's just move on before someone asks to speak to my manager. And I don't have a manager. I've been informed that my wife is my manager. I guess that's fair. Last but not least, the fourth category is going to be mobile apps. We touched on Thinkorswim and Active Trader Pro, but let's take a little closer look. The big upside, in my opinion, to Thinkorswim is that they also have a mobile app version where Active Trader Pro can only be used on the computer. Even though TD has the edge with the Thinkorswim mobile app, both of these platforms basically have all the same functionality and customization. So unless you plan on doing technical analysis on day trades while away from your main computer, sit on the train, sit in traffic, wherever, then I think either will be fine. They pretty much offer all the same analytical tools, and they'll take some time to familiarize yourself with it, but that's pretty much just how everything new is going to go for you. Aside from the technical applications on desktop and the Thinkorswim mobile app, they also have separate mobile apps which are very similar to one another. You can view your portfolio, search stocks and see related news, or view the biggest headlines going on in the financial world for that day. Let's take a look at what other people think about these apps. If we take a look at the App Store, we can see that Fidelity's mobile app has a 4.8 star rating with 1.7 million people rating it. The TD Ameritrade app only has 4.5 stars with only 89,000 ratings. Take that info whichever way you want, but I personally think that either one of these mobile apps is going to be good for you. So let's recap really quick. The fee structure for both of these are very similar, but when it comes to trading OTCs, Fidelity looks like a better pick in my opinion. When it comes to Forex and futures, TD is definitely the way to go, but if you're using a small account and you're wanting to invest in larger companies, you might want to pick Fidelity for those fractional shares. When it comes to customer service, both have multiple options for reaching out and the ability to talk to an actual person on the phone or in person. TD does have the edge with the Thinkorswim not only being on desktop, but also on mobile, unlike Fidelity's Active Trader Pro. And both of them have adequate standard mobile apps for many different things like placing trades, reading relevant news, and doing research. Choosing what broker to use comes down to what you want to do. Think about what kind of trading you will be engaging in primarily in order to pick the brokerage that fits you best. Everyone's going to be a little bit different. I hope you found this video useful and it helped you pick between Fidelity or TD. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment down below with which one you think you might go with or which one you just think is better. Take a minute to check out our website and sign up for our social investing app that is currently in beta testing, or sign up for our newsletter where you can check out some other people's weekly stock market plays. We also have a spam-free investing group on Facebook with 26,000 people in it, so be sure to follow the link in the description to get hooked up with an awesome Facebook community. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.